So, yeah, well, at least now you know I'm black. If you unsubscribe because I'm black, you're a racist fuck. But no, really, I don't want you to see my face. I'm just telling a story. So, this is basically a quick story about how my love life was this past school year. So, for one, first crush I had was a crush on one of my friends. He became a good friend. He's 1 year older than me. He's 16. I'm not gonna say his name or anything like that. But I ended up having a crush on him because, I really, really liked him. But he liked another girl. And I was like, oh, yo, I'll help you get this girl because I know you like her and stuff. And also, he didn't know I was trans and he was straight. But I was like, we'll deal with that later. So I helped him try to get the girl, and she did not like him at all. Like, she liked him as a friend, but she did not like him as a boyfriend or anything like that. And we spent the whole entire first semester trying to get her to like him, and it didn't really work out. And I was always there by his side and stuff. And sometimes, like, I'll flirt with him sometimes, and I thought he was flirting back. He wasn't flirting, he was just being friendly. He told me when I admitted that I liked him in March. I told him in March, so this past March, March, that was a couple months ago. I told him that I liked him, and he was like, oh yeah, I already knew. I knew since December. And I was like, hold up, what the fuck? What do you mean you already knew? He was like, I knew since December. I could tell by the way you acted around me. And I was like, damn it. And I was like, well, do you like me back? Is that a good thing or a bad thing that you know? And he was like, I'm not really sure, actually. And I was like, oh, well then. He was like, I'm gonna need some time to think. And so he basically ended up avoiding me for like a week. And he didn't talk to me for a week. And he would talk to the girl, because they ended up becoming pretty okay friends, I suppose. But he would talk to her, and he wouldn't talk to me even though I was there. Like, we would eat lunch together, I was there, he blatantly wouldn't talk to me, even though I was there. But he would talk to the girl. She also happened to be my friend as well. We all three of us are friends. And it was pissing me off. I was like, you know what? If you're gonna keep fucking around with me, I'm just not gonna, like, talk to you anymore. And it was kind of hard because we had become really good friends. But I was like, fuck you. If you're not going to talk to me and stuff, I'm not going to sit up here making myself feel bad because you won't talk to me. So I ended up not talking to him as well. But he eventually came around. He was like, I thought about it. And he was like, I'm sorry, but I don't really like you like that and stuff. And he's like, I'm not trying to be mean. I just don't like you like that. You're not my type and stuff. I still have the screenshot, actually. I'll probably pull up the screenshot. Wait, I'll have to bleep out his Instagram account because he messaged me. But he came through, he was really honest about it, and I was like, well, thank you for being honest, and yeah, we're good now. We became good friends again, and it's all good. Now, the second half of this is where the real story comes in. I ended up, I'm gonna see if it's still recording. Is it still recording? Yeah, it is. Okay, so I ended up having a crush on another guy. He was a senior, and he class of 2019. He's a senior. This person, he was homophobic and transphobic, and I knew this. He didn't know I was trans, and I'm actually making this video now because I was on my Instagram. And I had realized that I thought I had lost some followers. I had 104 followers. Now I had 101. I went to my follower list. And this bitch unfollowed me because a couple days ago I came out as transgender on Instagram. He unfollowed me. Shows the kind of person you are. But anyway, yeah. I really, really liked him. And he had the same music taste. Like, he liked all the same bands as me, except for the emo stuff. He hated the emo stuff. We like Green Day, Blink-182, that type of stuff. We both like Nirvana, The Offspring, Sex Pistols. Like, we have a lot of stuff in common with our music taste. And we got along really well and stuff. So I was like, this person, he might be the one. Even though we have different political views and stuff. Oh, also, he's super religious, like super, super religious, and I'm not quite that religious, really. I would say I'm more agnostic than atheist, but yeah. Anyways, I was like, he could end up being the one, and I was like, maybe I'm not trans, maybe I'm not trans guy, maybe I'm like more non-binary because I'm gonna make myself non-binary because I really like this guy. So we went back and forth and stuff, and I swear the way he acted, he was flirting with me. There was one time where he wanted to touch my hand because we were practicing our drumming for percussion and band, and because he's like the class clown, he does a lot of stupid stuff. He was like, oh yeah, he's like, I don't know which hand is my left hand, and I was next to him when we were doing the practicing, and he was like, I was like, oh, your left hand is this one, it's this hand, and he was like, I don't know which one you're talking about. And I was like, your left hand, the one that's, to the left of you. And he was like, I still don't know. And I took his paper, his sheet music, and I drew a really crappy hand on there. He was like, I still don't know what you're talking about. So then I took my right hand, and I lightly touched his left hand. And I was like, this one is your left hand. And he was like, oh, that's my left hand. He started blushing like really hard. Oh, that's my left hand. And he blushed. Like he's mixed with white and Mexican. And he was pretty light skinned, and he blushed. I could fucking see it. His cheeks were red. And he was like, oh, and he started laughing and stuff. And I was like, I think he likes me. I think he really does like me. So we went back and forth for about like February, March, April through May. I actually asked him twice if he liked me, and he was like, nah, I just like you as a friend. But the way he was acting, he did not. Friends, the way that he was acting, it was like, I don't think he liked me as a friend. But we got along really well and stuff. We would make a lot of band and jokes and references and stuff, and we both shared our hatred for pop music. It was great. May rolls around, I'm like freaking out because I'm like, I need to tell him that I like him because he gets out early because he's a senior. I'm like, I gotta tell him that I like him. I gotta tell him. And I'm like, how do I do it? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I don't even know what day it was. I should remember because it was pretty huge. It was like May 9th, I think, because we had a concert earlier that week, and it went really well. Like, really good. Wait, is it still recording? Yeah, it is. It went really well. And we, were flirting a lot. He was making me laugh the whole entire time. We almost got kicked. We damn near got kicked out because of the way and another one of his friends were acting. Kept making noises during the concert. It was funny. But I was gonna okay, I'm gonna tell him on this day. And then I was like, I went on to Instagram because I have his Instagram. I was texting him hey, I need to, can I gotta tell you something when we get back to school on Monday. He was like, what? And I was like, do you want to know now? And he was like, question mark. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I know you said you didn't like me and stuff like that, but I really like you. And I actually have the screenshots from that. I'll have to go back and find it. And he was like, nah, fam, we're just friends. And I was like, all right, cool, okay, I see. And he was like, I was like, is it gonna be cool? He was like, are we still gonna be friends and stuff? Is it cool? And he was like, maybe. He was like, I don't like relationships. And I was like, all right, that's fair. This is where it gets really weird. He was like, I don't like relationships. And I was like, all right, fair. Relationships aren't your thing. And then he was like, I don't date people less than a year younger than me. I'm not in his age range. That's all I'm gonna say. And I was like, all right, okay, I guess I can see that too. We kept talking and stuff, and he was like, oh yeah, by the way, I don't date black people. I was like, what? I was like, are you joking? Or are you just kidding around? He was like, no, I don't date black people. And I was like, did something happen to where you don't date black people anymore? Like, what happened? And he was like, nothing happened. I just don't date black people, and I never will. I'm like, wow. Okay, then, maybe it's a good idea we didn't get together. Since you don't like my skin color is apparently a problem for you. Okay, then, wow. And so, I saw him the next day on Monday. It's kind of awkward because I had just told him, we still talked and stuff. And, it was alright. But he was talking to my friend, the girl from earlier, way more than me. way more. I got jealous. Yes, I did. And I was like, you know what? That's fine. They're talking because they had the same part for a piece we were doing for our percussion night of percussion. So they were talking a lot, and I was like, you know what? That's fine. He was still talking to me. He started talking to me more. I saw him on Monday. He left that Thursday because seniors get out early. And so we got our yearbooks and stuff. I got mine early because journalism privileges. Hell yeah. But anyways, we got our yearbooks and stuff. And I asked him to sign mine. And he wrote something really short. And it wasn't even about me. It was about the other girl. Because he and the other friend, he had an ongoing joke that she was a demon or something. And that she had powers, that she was a witch or she was cursed or something. But it wasn't even about me. It was like, oh yeah, I get it. She's a demon. And then he just wrote, hags, have a great summer, Gerard. And then I saw what he wrote in another girl's book. He wrote something really touching and heartfelt and sincere. He was like, I wrote this from the heart, and I read it, and it was like, you're so funny, I'm gonna miss you, and you're really cool, and you're like the best percussionist we've ever had. I know I sound like such a petty ass bitch by saying, oh yeah, he wrote more in her yearbook than he did mine. But he'd only been talking to her for maybe about 2.5, 3 weeks. He'd been talking to me since February, March, April, May, about 2.5, 3 months. And I'm like, did nothing we had together, then all the fun stuff we were talking about, did that mean nothing to you? I guess it didn't really. I don't know, because he still talked to me and stuff. So it wasn't that bad. We were still talking and walking together like before on his last day on our concert, because she left early. And so I was just talking with him still in the last couple minutes we had together. And I remember walking out to school, and I was like, I guess I'm never going to see you again. And he was like, yeah, probably. I was like, well, who knows? Maybe I will. I was just like, well, I'll see you. And he was like, bye. And I walked out. And I honestly thought I was going to be devastated that he left. I wasn't devastated. I was like, well, he's gone. And you know what? I don't have to worry about him anymore. I'm just going to try and enjoy my last week of school. Or last 5 days. Yeah, 5 Fridays. Friday, we didn't have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 4.5 days of school. Flash forward to now. I made a pride post on Instagram. He was like, oh, because I wrote about how pride is and how it's for everybody to be themselves and be comfortable. And he was like, those are all lies. And I was like, what do you mean those are lies? And he was like, oh, you're sinning. Those are sins. And I'm like, we're sinning? He was like, yeah, being gay is a sin and stuff like that. I'm like, too bad I'm an atheist. And he was like, ew, that's not right. And then I was like, well, I mean, I don't really know what I believe. I kind of believe some things, some don't. I'll show you the picture. I'll show you what it was. So that happened, and then I came out as transgendered on Instagram. I have people from school that followed me, but they already knew because there's a story in the yearbook about me. But I came out as trans, and he didn't comment anything, but I know he saw it because he still followed me when I posted it. And so I came out. My good friend, the one I liked before the senior, he liked it. He likes all my pictures. I'm not saying that he likes me. He's just a good friend. He likes all my stuff I post. I do the same to him. What else? So I came out, and I'm just going around checking, and I just went to my DMs because I had DM'd him something not too long ago, and it wasn't there. I went to my follower list. It wasn't there. And I'm about to look up his name and see if he's on there. I'm willing to bet that he blocked me. And you know what? I kind of had a strong feeling that he would block me because I'm trans. But you know what? I don't really care, to be honest. I don't like saying people are bad people. I don't like saying that people are terrible. But he's kind of a shitty person. He kind of is. First, he's like, I don't date black people. That's fucking low-key racist. And I remember we were having a conversation about the N-word. And I don't really use the N-word. I don't really like people saying it. I shouldn't say it even though I have the privileges because I'm black. But something had came up about using the word, and he was like, oh, that's a white people word because white people are the superior race. I'm like, bitch, you're half Mexican. What are you talking about? Like, we have a president that currently wants to build a wall against your people. Like, that's what are you talking about? White people are the superior race. Like, you shut the fuck up. You're not even white. But he's racist, he's homophobic, and he's transphobic. You know, maybe it's a good thing we didn't get together. But that's basically, I just wanted to kind of share that because it's interesting. I had a crush on this person and he doesn't even respect me for my race nor my gender. I thought we could be together because of our differences and we really embraced the things we had in common. But apparently, I'm too different for him, and apparently I'm not that good for him. So sad, but it's true. Thanks for watching. Alright, so I'm about to look it up. I'm about to look up his name. Don't mind my things. Did he change it? So he did unfollow me. Or did he make a new account? Because I'm following him. So did he make another account? Or what? I don't really know. To be honest, I'm not going to go chase after him. I'm not going to. But yeah, that was it.